Hey guys, I want to do a tutorial quickly on how to make a boxed envelope if you don't have a punch board. And all you're going to use is a ruler. You're going to need some sort of mat, cutting mat. Your card or whatever it is you are going to want to make the box for, the box style envelope, and then the rest is eyeballing it, which probably some of you want exact measurements, but if you want to learn how to make a box card envelope this without having any tools to make it on, this is going to be the best way that I can show you how to do it. So my paper is 8 by 8. My card is 4 and a quarter by 4 and a quarter. So I'm going to try and set that as closely as I can to the middle. Okay, and then I have this up here, this plate, you know, so you want to have your paper in the diamond shape. So then you're gonna, if you want an exact measurement on how far away you should have it, then you can measure from here, from the point here to there. Okay, so I want it to be about 1 inch, and being here right where it is now is 1 inch from the top fold. Now this is all suggestive. It's not, you know, an exact, so this is 1 inch over here too. So now that I have that, I'm going to take my ruler and my bone folder and I'm going to line it up. And here I have a line on my cutting board mat here. So I'm going to follow that line and make it as straight and as even as I can. Okay? And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Now, some of you might not be able to, because you're not used to this particular angle, so you can draw lightly with a pencil and then score it out. So, okay. So now you have both your lines here. Put your card back on, and we are going to do, we wanted about 1 inch from the corner there. So let's make sure it's 1 inch. And it is approximately 1 inch. So that's good. So then we put our card on here, like I said. Sorry about that. Turn it. Turn the paper. Sorry if I'm being confusing, but this is the easiest way I can tell you how to do it without having anything to cut with. So now this is 1 inch from here in this space right here. Okay, so now you're going to take your ruler and you're going to score on that side. Can you see that? Okay, so now you put your card back in, and you're going to line it up to the top one here. Well, maybe not exactly to the top, so maybe you want about, I don't know, maybe you want a 1/2 inch, which is what I have here. So then, okay, so you move it down the 1/2 inch, the card from your score line here. Move it down the 1/2 inch. And then you're going to measure a 1/2 inch on this side down. And I'll tell you why you're going to do that. Because you need some space to make your other score mark for to make your box. So you're going to score the first one at the card, and then the next one is going to be a 1/2 inch down, which is what I have, and you're going to score. Okay, see that? And it's not going to be, exactly perfect, but it's going to be really close. So, and then measure your 1/2 inch up here and mark, whatever, and then score. Try to make your score marks pretty straight. So if, the grid is really going to help if you have a grid on a cutting mat. So this is where we are. Okay, so now we have our 2 lines there. We have to put our other score marks here. And because we went right to the card on this side, we're going to have to go out a 1/2 inch on the outside. Okay, so measure a 1/2 inch from that score line, and then line your paper up as best you can on a grid line, and then score. Now I'm sure there are ways out there to do it more precisely, but if you don't have the tools to do it, this is best as any way that I can think of to do it. Okay, so now you'll see hopefully all the score marks. So now we're going to cut on these triangles. Okay, see that? You're going to cut on those triangles. You want to cut those out. And I've done this video like over and over trying to figure out how to best describe and show you how to do your scoring and how to best explain how I make my box envelope, and without a tool, this was the best way I thought of. And hopefully, those that are having problems trying to figure out what and how to make a box envelope, this will help those that don't have anything to use to make one. So we're going to put the tape on the outer flaps. We're going to close them. We're going to close them up and over, and we're going to make sure that everything is square, or as square as you can make it. Okay, and then this will come down. You'll do a nicer job than me, but this is the envelope without a tool. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do it with a scoreboard. And I'm using the Martha Stewart scoreboard, but if you have a Score Pal or anything like that, that would be perfectly fine to use. And yeah, you shouldn't have any issues. So my paper is an 8x8, and I want to do a 4-bar envelope, and it tells me on here what I have to do to make a 4-bar envelope. So I'm scoring at 2 5/8. Now on the Martha board, every line is an eighth. So here's 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5/8. So then you're going to turn it around to the other side, and you're going to do 2 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we want to, oh, I don't think I had it lined up right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is going to work out fine here. So I have 2 score lines. I did 2 3/8 and 2 5/8. So now I'm going to come back to the other side, the other A side, and I'm going to do 2 3/8 and score. And then I'm turning it, and B says 3 1/4. So 3, and then the dark line here is 1/4. Okay, so we're going to come down and do 3 1/4. So now I want to come up to the half on the 3 and score. 3 1/2. Okay. So 2 or 3 1/4 on B, and then 3 1/2. Okay. So you see the lines there. So then again, we're going to cut out the triangles. Now if you have the punch board, which I do, it'll be the same, and then you only have to line it up with 1 score line. And that is a much easier system, but a lot of us don't own those. So we have to make do with what we do own. And like the one I showed you, doing it freehand using the card or whatever it is that you are going to need to package or want to package. And I even do that when I'm doing it on here. So it's not a an issue for me. If I don't have an exact and I don't want to make it the exact dimensions that it's telling me to on my boards, then I just use my thing that I want to do an envelope for as my guide. And then that is how I do it. I mean, it's paper. It's not going to make a difference. It's just paper. So that is how you see that little bit of a... And then here's the one that I did freehand. Now, I didn't exactly glue this one correctly because it's a different size, but it's done the same way. And I think, you know, if you take your time doing it, you shouldn't have any issues with gluing and putting it together. So let's see if I can make this look pretty. Probably not, because I've been playing and playing and playing with the paper, and you know how it is when you're on camera. It doesn't always work out the way you want it to. But that is, oh, there we go. See, ladies and gents, I fixed it after I beat it all up, but I fixed it. That is, you know, it's just paper. That's how you do them. And if you want to know, get more information, and maybe, I got glue all over my board now, and maybe better tutorials, you can actually go into your search bar on your YouTube and search boxed envelope tutorials, and it will bring up some. So anyway, I hope this helps whoever needed it, and if you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.